Hello and welcome to Derbeats Breakfast Show. It's now coming up to 7 o'clock. I'm Dale.
I'm Mike.
And here's what's coming up on the show.
So guys, we've got this week information about the big wheel that was in Derby and some interesting facts you might not have known about it now that it's gone.
And we've also got full coverage of the Marketing Park fireworks display.
We've also got a competition this week, all about the sport and Derby local football team. We've got Hank who's down there on the scene, ready to give away tickets for next week's game.
All this coming up along with the latest hits, but first, here's Callum with the news.
At 7:01, a paedophile has been banned from Derby's Westfield Centre after he was caught watching youngsters in the children's play area. Terence Mason, who has previously been jailed for molesting a 5-year-old girl, admitting sitting close to the shopping centre's play zone on 10 or 11 occasions. Derby Crown Court heard that he was arrested following complaints that he had been seen near the centre's play area. Laura Pittman, prosecuting, told the court in a police interview he first said that where he would sit in the Westfield Centre, he could not see the children's play area, but then he accepted that he would go to the centre to watch the children. In sports, Derby County suffered the third successive championship defeat as they went down 2-0 at home to Hull City. Goals from Matty Fright and Cameron Stewart put the Tigers 2 goals up inside 25 minutes, while the Rams lost leading goal scorer Theo Robinson due to injury. Hull never looked like surrendering their advantage, and Derby's only consolation from the game was the first team action of John Brayford, Sean Barker and Paul Green. Player of the Year Brayford returned to the Rams starting lineup, replacing Jake Buxton at right back, having missed 5 matches due to a thigh injury. Now it's approaching the Christmas season again in Derby, and breakfast show hosts Dale and Mike will be turning on the Christmas lights in Derby's Cathedral Quarter this Friday. Check out our website derbeatsradio.com for more information. And Derby's weather, a mostly cloudy and mild night with some mist and fog patches reforming. Eastern parts staying mainly dry, but outbreaks of fog and rain are expected. Elsewhere with some heavier bursts possible, high of 8 degrees. That's the latest. I'm Callum Farmer.
That was U2 with A Beautiful Day. And it is a beautiful day here in Derby. You're tuned into Derbeats 96.4. Now, as part of our Derby live season, Matt spoke to Pat from the Mellors Group, who operates the Big Wheel in Derby.
£6.5 million machine, okay, brand new. We've had it for about 6 years now. It's 11 years old. It was manufactured in Holland in 2000. It's got 40 gondolas, each gondola holding 6 people. At full capacity, 240 people, 15-minute rides, so we can get through just under 1,000 people in an hour. 60 metres in height. To narrow it down, as it's the equivalent to 15 double-decker buses piled on top of each other. It weighs approximately 350 to 400 tonne in weight, fully loaded. It's fully transportable. It comes down, it breaks down, it's almost like a Meccano set. It breaks down into individual pieces and packs onto 10 lorries, 5 of which are underneath us as we speak. It travels all over the country and all over Europe. Most places we go, we're sponsored either by a radio station or an establishment of an organisation of some sort. Sound recordings for us, so there's full commentary in every car to give everyone a bit of guidance as well. As a family, we was in the funfair industry. But that is a dying trade now, so we thought, we've got to go into something that appeals to everybody. Hence, it's more of a tourist attraction, so it does attract babies right the way up. Our oldest is 93, so it's right away across board. There's no particular. Obviously, in summer holidays, you'll get more kids than you would throughout the week. When the kids are at school, we get predominantly, older people on. So it is a wide variety. It caters for all. Derby Council have wanted us back since we were here in 2009, so I would speak for itself. Everyone enjoys it. Required to go back to a lot of places that we do go to. The guy phoned me yesterday and he said, I'm at Derby train station. How do I get to the city centre? I said, just look for the big wheel. Head towards the big wheel. The big wheel is your Star of David.
Continuing our Derby Live season now, we spoke to Pete Meakin from Derby Live to hear about his job role and the future events in Derby. This is Derbeats 96.4.
Derby Live is responsible for a considerable amount of the performing arts, entertainment and outdoor events within the city of Derby. Derby Live operates the Assembly Rooms, the Guildhall Theatre. We also have responsibility for most of the city's major outdoor cultural events on its parks, such as the Darley Park concert, the Mark Eaton Park bonfire and fireworks and so on. Last year we played to over 500,000 people across all our programmes, so you can see it is big.
Do you know how much it costs in general to put the fireworks display on per year?
The actual fireworks themselves, if I remember rightly, are about £7,500 worth. We used a company called Walk the Plank, who also helped us to deliver Fest Day this year, the 2-day outdoor celebration that we hold in the autumn. So the firework display, I think, arguably it was less whiz-bang this year, and it was more, I think it's fair to say, arty.
Moving on to Christmas then, the back end of this year, what things are coming ahead this Christmas in Derby?
The real biggies for us, basically 2 major features indoors and 2 major features outdoors. At the Assembly Rooms in the Great Hall, we've got our annual traditional pantomime, which we co-produce with Paul Holman Associates. That this year stars Paul Nicholas, who many years ago was the original Jesus Christ superstar and very first West End production of that. Paul obviously very well known through television roles such as that in Just Good Friends, and also quite a big film star as well. Linda Robson is Fairy Bowbells in it, best known through TV appearances such as Birds of a Feather, and very much family focused children's entertainment. Setting up at the moment is our real ice rink, which takes place throughout December and indeed into January. Again, that's fun for all the family. Down on the Corn Market, we've also got throughout December what's called the Christmas Fair Market.
From this year, looking towards the future, 2012 obviously the London Olympics. I've heard rumours about things going on with the big screen. Is there anything that you could tell us about?
The marketplace will be what is known as a live site. The screen will be specially decorated and branded, as will the square itself. We're actually bringing in these kind of bikes which people go on, and they actually generates the electricity for the show. So it's environmentally friendly, but it's really in keeping with the Olympic ideal.
Yeah.
We've got the Jubilee weekend coming up. We've got the Radio 1 Hackney weekend. We've got live screenings from the Royal Opera House. All of these things are, of course, free to the public in the marketplace. But the big one, of course, that we've got is the torch relay. And the Olympic torch actually does come to Derby on a Friday evening, the 29th of June.
So 2012 is definitely a year to look forward to.
Yeah, it's a big one. The disappointment for us is, of course, with the university taking over the role of produced theatre, the £1.1 million of funding which Derby Live used to get for produced theatre, it will no longer get after April of next year. So we remain to see what the university is going to do with taking produced theatre forward in the city.
Also, our roving reporter Brett went down to the fireworks last week and got the views of some of our listeners.
Yeah, the fireworks are great. Pretty decent show. Definitely come again.
Really enjoyed it. Not bad to see, you don't have to pay to get in. You know, I think there's a lot of people here. I think most of them enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a really good day. Something for all the family. I enjoyed it.
It was really good. I'll be back next year, definitely.
It was better than what I thought it would be, and it's good to say it's free. I thought the fireworks were fantastic. I really enjoyed them.
I really liked the glittery ones, and I liked all of them equally.
It was a brilliant night, but the fireworks didn't go on very long. They could have been a bit longer, but apart from that, great night.
Greetings, loved ones. Let's take a journey. I really wish you all could be California girls.
Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg. That was California Girls. This is Derbeats 96.4.
We're now going to cross over to Hankers at Derby County's Pride Park for today's competition. Hello and welcome to Derbeats Breakfast Show. It's now coming up to 7 o'clock. I'm Dale.
I'm Mike.
And here's what's coming up on the show.
So guys, we've got this week information about the big wheel that was in Derby and some interesting facts you might not have known about it now that it's gone.
And we've also got full coverage of the Marketing Park fireworks display.
We've also got a competition this week all about the sport and Derby local football team.